Hi, number 2. Morning, number 3. Hello, number 1. Okay. Okay, I'm getting your food. Coming through, ladies. You know where it's at. You're kind of in the way, number 4. Let's go. Be nice. 1. Over here, 1. Come on. Good morning from Bobblehead Homestead. This is Jeff. Today is it's a beautiful day. Say high 50s, sunny, slight breeze, no need for a coat. Already fed the chickens. Drank some wonderful coffee, and now I'm gonna do a couple projects. I should probably be chainsawing down some trees, but I'll get to that later. What I have on tap for today is getting photobombed by the kitty. Yeah, you're not going to want to be there in about an hour. I'm going to fire up the burn barrel. I got a bag full of paperish things to get rid of, and there's a pile of sticks here. These were used as, I don't know, I think he tied plants to them or something, but there are little metal wires in there, so got to clear the metal wires out. So, and I will be burning some of that stuff and probably having to maybe saw some of it into smaller pieces. I don't have to get to that today. I just want to get the burn barrel going for some of this stuff. And then I'm standing in my future flower patch. Yeah, I've got a nice little group of pretty big rocks. And this is where they ran the fiber optic line. So, I'm going to see if I can't just haul off some of those rocks and put them somewhere else today. And it's going to give me a better feel for the layout of the future flower patch. Here, it's so sunny I can't even see the screen. But I need to get some dimensions going, figure out how wide I want my rows to be and my walking paths. Down there is kind of a triangular type patch. I might do something with that. And then these, well, you can see them. What are these? They are popping up everywhere. Some type of bulb type plant. But here is a whole row of them. And wouldn't it be cool if they grew flowers in the spring that I could sell at the brand new farmers market opening up in Danville, Arkansas, which is about 25 miles away. Actually, that farmers market opened up last fall, and I guess it did pretty good. They're going to do it again this year. So, yay for local farmers markets within a half an hour. But I don't know what those are. That patch right there I'm just going to leave, and there are more growing up along there. But there's a whole bunch of them elsewhere. And they are in my, there's a group of them there, another group of them there, a group over by that tree. This is that Chinese privet, one of the bushes I need to get rid of before spring, and that closes off a lot of light from getting to the patch. And that's the biggest Chinese privet right there. So I'm going to get both of those out of there, which leaves a clear viewing into my property, but oh well. Then in the future I can put something else there that gives me some privacy but doesn't grow so tall to block out the light. And instead of, or in front of, or in back of, I don't know what I'm going to do with those rock walls. But wouldn't a nice row of berries of some type that only grow 6 feet tall along the lane, wouldn't that be nice? This was, I have learned, there's a little patch in there where no big stuff is growing. Nothing tall is growing in there. Well, it turns out my neighbor had dug out that area to make a little duck pond for the previous owner, but they didn't put any lining in it, and so it doesn't hold water. So that'd be a cool place for a pond in the future, but you'd have to supply it with water and put lining in it or some other type of method to keep the water in. But so that's kind of a cool little patch, and it makes sense why there isn't any really tall stuff growing in there yet. Yeah, Kitty likes to come out and goof around with me when I'm out here goofing around. Are you hiding behind? Yeah, and that's that basketball hoop. Kitty's hiding behind the grass, swatting at it. I don't know what that bush is either, but that's probably going to go. All of this stuff in here needs to go. Oh. And there's a different view of that shed thing that I usually don't show often. Yep, I wish it was usable. It's just not. The corner right there, the base of the walls is just completely rotted out and has sunken down a good 4 inches. So the base of those walls are just mush. And so the walls would have to be replaced on at least half of it, if not the whole thing. The roof is just tacked on that with holes in it, and yeah, I mean, it might be suitable for a barn roof or something, but unfortunately the walls underneath it are unstable. Not to mention the foundation itself. So yeah, probably the only thing I can save out of that, it will be the wood. And there's a lot of 2x4s treated, whatever he used for that siding. He just got old chicken houses, probably got free lumber, and that's where all this, so that's probably really old lumber, even though that particular building is only like 8 years old, 10 years old. I guess my neighbor says he started on this thing 10 years ago and gave up on it about 8 years ago. But the idea was to turn it into a house. That was supposed to be a house. And he's put all that time and effort into building something that was never going to be a house. I mean, come on. Oh, and he built it up on stilts like that so that it would be level, on the same level as the mobile home, and he could build a ramp and like a porch patio thing between the mobile home and this thing. Okay, I'll keep my opinions about the previous owner to myself, but oh, the time and effort and even money that was put into that, and all it was ever used for was to store more junk. Right, kitty? Alright, kitty? Alright, enough babbling to the camera. Time to get to work. The burn barrel is going, and I picked out all of the metal wire from the stake things he had in the ground. And now, if it's not too close to the fire, I'm gonna dig up a few rocks. Just that's like right in the path of where they put the fiber optic internet phone, but which probably means I'll be walking in that path, and might as well get some rocks up. It's early enough. My back is in good enough condition, and I'm gonna give it a whirl later. And that's enough of that for today. Filled up the gorilla cart with some big rocks right from this little patch. And I didn't even get all of them. But yeah, that's what I'm up against in my flower patch. Although when they put in the fiber optic line, they dug these up and put them on the surface. So most of the others in the rest of this area are further under the surface. We're right under the surface. And these things can be like icebergs. Just the very tip is out of the ground, but then this huge rock is under the ground. But I got him. And let's see, I don't know if you can see that one in the middle there that's broken. I do not know my rocks, but that looks like a lot of sand in the middle of that. So I think most of these are like sandstone, and some of them do break apart easier. No clue. I guess I need to brush up on my geology. But yep, the fewer rocks there are, the more root space is available to the plants later. That's as good a place as any for the pile of rocks. And now they're going to sit there until, oh, I was thinking maybe doing more with the campfire pits, using some of those. I have no idea, but it's a place to put them and a potential use for them. And Kitty's always got a photo bomb. Yeah, you going to check out the new pile of rocks? Have a good one, everybody.